These engineers have been working so hard. They don't know that the designer of this rocket hasn't finished his high school physics. Hello, this is Louis Lafleur, and today we'll be launching in career mode space station into space. I want to get all the points I can. It has to be 11 people, so of course there'll be a Capula module, mobile processing lab, science junior, all the other science equipment, and two hitchhiker storage units. Yes, as you see, I also have a storage unit which contains all the science apparatus. I also have monopropellant, which is embedded in the ground, and also monopropellant tanks which are embedded in the ceiling. You can also see the docking ports on the side. If I remember correctly, yes, I have 4 or 5 design ports on this main shaft of the space station. So yes, I have 4 boosters. Why 4? Because I want to demonstrate today you can have 4 boosters re-entering the atmosphere at once and save them all. Also, there's a main rocket booster in the center. The total cost of this rocket is 150,000 Kerbal dollars. I'm hoping to get some of that money back with my boosters returning to Kerbin. Let's enjoy the launch. I've tilted my rocket towards the prograde vector from the start, doing it as the Russians did it, and just letting it go, turning on my SAS with T, and of course clicking on the prograde vector. Why? Because I'm lazy and I want it to do all the work for me, so I can just enjoy watching it as you hear through the magic of video editing. Let's just accelerate. I have main cell engines on my boosters, but afterwards I realized I didn't need that much power. Overkill. And that's probably why you saw I was turning a bit red there. I was going through the lower layers of the atmosphere way too fast, so I was burning up. Now I will just time my Apple apps. In a little more than a minute, I will be reaching the Apple apps and turning on my engines again to circleize my orbit around Kerbin. You see my 4 boosters are a little low on fuel, so I'll start shooting 10 seconds before. Why? Because I'm turning them off. Have to ditch them and clear my boosters with the main rocket. And then go for the stars. Let's circleize this orbit. One thing I forgot to mention, I've made sure Bob, my favorite Kerbin, is on board. Me and him go back a long time ago. I haven't managed to perform a perfectly circular orbit around Kerbin, but that's not a problem because I'm lazy and I've installed MechJeb to do the job for me. So MechJeb doesn't come with Kerbal Space program. It's a mod you can download later on. Okay, now let's go to the interesting part of this video, which is the re-entry of the boosters. As you can see here, I have 4 boosters which have perfectly detached from my main rocket and heading back down to Earth. The heavy part is of course the engines, which are pointing down, and they will start to burn up. Actually, my descent is quite steep, so I'll have to burn some fuel to decelerate enough for my drogue chutes to deploy. Now I'll be going back to my first booster and wait until the 2 drogue chutes become yellow or white. Okay, now I'll deploy them. Now I'll click on my button to change boosters. Here we go, drogue chutes. And now my regular chutes can deploy as I'm going slow enough, thanks to the drogue chutes. You know, this requires lots of quick switching and quick clicking, but yes, I can do it with as much as 4 boosters at a time. I've tried with 6 once and failed. Maybe it's possible, but remember, You don't forget to put Stay Put Nick MK1 robotic nodes on the top of your boosters. So even though you are 2 kilometers away from your main rocket, you can still switch back to them. And there we go. It's 4 boosters down. Time to get my money back. No barge landing today, but still good enough. The ocean. And let's see how much I can get for them. Parts. Yes, 77% value. Yes, I'm getting about 10,000 Kerbal dollars per engine and 16,000 Kerbal dollars in all for each booster. So this is my first one. Then go to the Observational Space Center right here. Sorry, just ignore all these ships. The 3 ones in the bottom are the ones which I will recover. Yes, more money. Excellent. Yes, $16,000 a pop. So that's lots of money. My last rocket, I will be detaching from my space station now. But before I do, I will circleize my orbit using MechJeb. Some players prefer Flight Engineer. I find MechJeb good for my tastes. So yes, first I will circleize the orbit. I'll let MechJeb calculate and perform the task perfectly for me. I'll make sure my inclination is perfectly 0. So I'll be rolling with the equator. There we go, and now it's time to separate. Separation complete. There we go. And let's look at the new space station. The first part, which has 4 or 5 docking nodes. I forget if I put one on the tip of the station itself. You can see there are many solar panels. I don't have the technology for the deployable solar panels, so I just stuck the old ones on it. And as you can see, the mobile processing lab can give me even more science. So that's positive. But now it's time for my last rocket to head back to Earth. So here I'll click on the retrograde. So it can line up with the retrograde orbit. And it will be time to shoot this rocket back to Kerbin. Yeah, I think that's enough clearance from my space station. Let's see. NASA, don't look at this. Maybe you'll feel you don't want to hire me anymore. And yes, I don't damage the space station. And now I'll start to decelerate. Rule of thumb, you should have your periaps around, if you're on a very low orbit, 70,000 meter orbit, your periaps should be about 45,000 over the space center, the Kerbal Space Center. Here in this case, I go for 50 at first. Now I'm starting to hit atmosphere. Oh, look at the beauty of this game. Wow. Yes, but nothing beats landing on the moon if you haven't done that yet. That was my greatest gaming experience of my life. And this is from someone who started playing games with Atari back in the day. Okay, so I'll start now I'm decelerating on my own. I'm not even shooting my rockets. I'm going to overshoot the space center, but that's okay. I still have some gas left to slow me down. Yeah, I'm overshooting, and now you can start seeing the space center down there. I'll try to land as close as I can to it. Unfortunately, I think I started my deceleration a little too slow. Yes, going back and forth. M key to see the world map. And yes, going back to the M key to see the world will give you a good idea how much you have to decelerate or not. Time for drogue shoots. And yes, my main chutes are still red. If I would deploy them now, they would burn up. Just wait. Yellow, white, good. Deploy those, and as long as I'm going less than 10 meters per second, I'll be fine. If not, you can always shoot your rockets a little bit to slow down right before impact. Oh, there we go. That's my big boy. How much will I get for this one? Remember, the other boosters, I got 77% value back for them, as they were quite far away from the Space Center. Let's see how much. I think, if I read correctly, 97%. Wow, that's pretty good. 97% value back. So for this one, I'll get 19,000 Kerbal dollars back. So quick calculation. My initial price was 150,000 Kerbal dollars, and now I'm, with all my rockets back, I'm down to 67,000 Kerbal dollars. Yes, if you would like to live cheap like me, take notes and have your boosters re-enter and the atmosphere. Don't forget to stay put Nick control robots on them, and you will be a very happy Kerbucks. Yes. Yes, so this was recorded on a MacBook Air. Sorry for the drop frames. But yes, please tune in again.